Welcome to The Awakening, Black Women United. I'm your host, Sherry Donnie. We're on a journey here, a journey to understanding, unity, and growth. We're striving to reach a community of 500 subscribers, each one a beacon, spreading the light of knowledge and unity. The journey, however, doesn't stop at subscribing. It's about engaging, it's about discussing, it's about understanding. Today we're diving into a topic that's been causing quite a stir: our identity. The African American identity, a label that's been both embraced and rejected. Recently, a controversy surfaced when rapper Cameron expressed his preference for the label Black over African American, sparking an intense debate. This debate isn't confined to just Cameron and those who agree or disagree with him. It's a debate that resonates with each one of us, the question of who we are and where we come from. Let's dive into the debate that's been stirring up a storm. Recently, rapper Cameron sparked controversy on his sports talk show. This Harlem representative got candid about his personal stance on racial identity, expressing his preference to identify as a black man from America rather than an African American. He shared, "I'd rather fill in black than African American because Africans don't even engage with us. When you go over there to Africa, they call us Yankees." This statement, made on the Season 3 premiere of his It Is What It Is sports talk show, immediately caught the attention of many. The reactions to Cameron's viewpoint varied significantly. Some agreed with his perspective, citing similar experiences and feelings of disconnect with the African continent. Others, however, found his words to be divisive, highlighting the shared struggles and history of all people of African descent, regardless of where they are now geographically situated. Cameron's viewpoint, although personal, has ignited a larger conversation. Marc Lamont, an academic and commentator, weighed in on the debate. Known for his insightful viewpoints, Hill offered a different perspective. He asserts his identity as a Black American but also acknowledges his African descent, a lineage tracing back to the era of U.S. slavery. A direct contrast to Cameron's stance, Hill's recognition of his African roots underscores the complexities of racial identity and the intricate tapestry that is the African diaspora. Hill's perspective is a blend of history, cultural awareness, and personal identity. By identifying as a Black American and recognizing his African heritage simultaneously, he embraces the multifaceted nature of his identity. This viewpoint, however, clashes with Cameron's, who chooses to distance himself from the African label, citing a perceived rift between Black Americans and Native Africans. These diverging viewpoints highlight the ongoing discourse about identity within the African diaspora. It's a conversation that's far from over. Hill's stance has added more fuel to the fire. Yvette Carnell, a founder of the American Descendants of Slavery, has her own perspective. Carnell's stance is one that stirs controversy, as she chooses to disregard her African heritage. She argues that her lineage is rooted solely in America, thereby disconnecting her from the African continent. This standpoint not only raises eyebrows but also questions about identity and heritage. Carnell's critique of those who identify as African American is sharp and unyielding. She labels those who, like Marc Lamont, acknowledge their African roots as misguided, even going as far as to call them idiots. This harsh rhetoric is not just an attack on Hill, but on all African Americans who choose to recognize their African lineage. Her dismissive attitude towards her African roots, and her criticism of fellow African Americans, have sparked heated debates about identity, heritage, and the meaning of being African American. Carnell's viewpoint has certainly stirred the pot. Despite these differing viewpoints, there is a call for unity. It's essential to remember, regardless of the labels we choose to identify with, we are all people of African descent. We share a collective history marked by economic suppression, colonization, and enslavement. These experiences shaped our ancestors, and their resilience shapes us today. The ideologies that divide us, whether we're African, African American, Caribbean, or Afro-Latino, were sown by the very forces that sought to oppress us. It's time we break these chains of division and embrace our shared heritage. Let's take a cue from the Pan-Africanists like Marcus Garvey, Julius Sello Malema, W.E.B. Du Bois, and Alexander Cromwell. They advocated for unity, understanding that together, we are stronger. Our differences are just shades of the same color. We're all part of the vibrant tapestry of the African diaspora. One love for all of us from the African diaspora. This has been The Awakening, Black Women United. I'm your host, Sherry Donnie. Remember to subscribe and help us reach 500 subscribers.